Good morning, good morning. Happy Sunday, you guys. Having my coffee in the morning, listen to some little Afro beats, you know. Let me love you. Now I know I shouldn't be dancing with this coffee in my hand, but I'm telling you, this morning, Sunday reflection day. Here it goes. I don't know if you all know that I'm an empty nester. So it's been rough. I really didn't believe there was such a thing called empty nester. I really didn't think it existed. I just thought, oh, you're a little down for a couple of days and life moves on and everything goes on. Live your life freely, go to work, get up in the morning, go to work, routine, the routine that you have with your kids. And it really hit me hard. I think after the third month. Yeah, the third month. And you know what? I think more now. Hold on one second. Let me turn this down so I can talk to you guys. I'm back. It made me realize that I think I was already going through an empty nester stage before she left. And why I said that is because I stopped doing things that I used to enjoy doing, like Zumba. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still like Zumba. My heart just not really in it right now. And then I think because I was cracking down on the fact that, you know, I'm a single parent and I'm doing it on my own, and I started working extra hours, and I was just like preparing myself. Doing Cincy, of course, Cincy is my love. I love Cincy. I'm never gonna give up Cincy because Cincy is so therapeutic to me. And then I kind of lost myself, and then I started gaining a little bit of my weight, and oh yes, everybody, I'm losing a little bit too. Hey, and I'm feeling kind of good. Feeling kind of good. But overall, I really started to feel it for a couple of years. But I talked to my friends. I talked to one of my good friends, Khalid. He always checks on me, and I appreciate it so much because it's good to have people check on you. And he suggested a counselor. So I'm thinking about it. I may go. It's weird because it almost feels like I'm going through a divorce. Like you're divorcing your children. I don't know if anyone has ever experienced that. Man, I'm sweating because I was working out too. And I'll tell you one thing. When you feel down, get your butt up and start moving. Start moving, exercising, get back to what you love, it's important. And now I'm having my coffee, so that caffeine is kicking in, my movement's kicking in, and I just, felt like, hey, it's time for some coffee. Hey, it's time for me to play some music and get the moving and Afro beats. I love African music. And this may sound crazy what I'm about to tell you about African music. I know I switch back and forth, but there's a reason for it, okay? Something about African dance, it takes me back when I was a little girl. And I didn't have the greatest childhood, but I noticed that one thing that got me up in the morning, I was young. I think I was like 8 or 9 years old. And I would go to these African dance classes. And I loved it, And I didn't start going back to African dance until I moved out here to Arizona. Arizona has African dance classes at East Lake Park on Saturdays. So anyway, my first African dance class in Arizona was after my divorce. And for some apparent reason, African dance is kind of therapeutic for me, besides coffee. But when you go to an African dance class, you can let your hair down. You can just move freely. You can be yourself. And that's how I feel about African dance class. It's home. It's my way to escape. It's my place of where I can be me. Not saying that I'm not me, but sometimes I get very self-conscious. And what people don't understand is, and people think I'm nuts because I'm very self-conscious of my lower body, my butt. I'm very self-conscious about that. And, people say, girl, you crazy. People are paying for booty. But as a black woman, it has its pros and it has its cons. And I tell my friends this, that sometimes it can be a negative. I always hate that song, Can't Trust a Big Butt and a Smile. I hate that song. Ugh. And it's almost like a negative stigma, that seems to not escape from me. I keep hearing, I think men do not take me seriously because of my lower part of my body. And then I realized that I need to embrace it. I feel like if I move a certain way, am I being slutty? Twerking, are you being slutty? I don't like feeling like it's a negative thing, that I can't express myself, my sexuality, because I'm a black woman. And it's hard to explain that to my non-black friends, but it's difficult. It's hard to explain when you see all this negativity. When you see, you can see it on social media. If a black woman move a certain way, and then she's being fast, she's being this, she's being that, and I just kind of feel like when I go to an African dance class, I can let my hair down. I can just move freely and be me. And I am African American. I don't know what that means, but my descendants come from Africa. So, hey, it is what it is. So I'm blessed. Maybe I should embrace it that way. I'm blessed. But back to me talking about being an empty nester. I was thinking this morning, you know what? I need to go back to African dance class. And I noticed that after my divorce, and I went to African dance class, and I started losing weight, and I started feeling good about myself, and maybe I need to do that again. It's almost like another divorce. But I just like African dance. It's a way of freedom. It's a way of expressing yourself in the music. I just got up this morning. I'm like, hey, I think I love you unconditionally, baby, unconditionally. And I just start moving, I'm like, okay. I think I need to go back to African dance class. I need to, shake loose. I need to let it go, let it flow, And I felt better. I don't know. I think it's my ancestors calling me, telling me, come home. Come, let it go. Let all that frustration out. Be you. Your daughter is okay. She's doing great. And I know she's doing great. It's just that I feel like, I don't know, like I can't, like my job is done. And I don't want it to be done, but it really isn't. It really isn't. She calls me every day. We talk every day. And she shares, her days. And I get to be kind of like her therapist. I know that sounds crazy. Her counselor, her mentor, of what she's going on in her personal life. She's struggling with her roommate. She's struggling with, meeting like-minded people. She's struggling with something that I didn't have to go through. Having an African roommate and being a black American, there's a difference. it's crazy. I mean, I went to a historically black college, so I've never experienced some of the things that she has experienced. She's experiencing things that, you know, I think she has a lot more pressure than I had in college. It's crazy. But she's strong, and she comes from a strong mother and a strong father. Well, yeah. Her father's smart. Very smart. Yeah. And yeah, and that's why I was saying African music, you know, it is a beautiful it's a beautiful thing. It just makes me think about a lot of things. It makes me think about family. It makes me think about love, you know, and you know, it's a part of me, whether Africans accept me or not. That's another story. But yes, I will be talking about Empty Nester Chronicles. I'll give you guys some updates on what's going on in my empty nester life. And I'll be working on some projects. I'll be perfecting my cookies. I don't know if you guys know that I bake. I mean, I do it all. I wear many hats. Like I always say, I wear many hats. So I'll be doing a whole bunch of things. I'm thinking about blogging, you know. I'm thinking about a bunch of stuff. And you know, I want to know, what is it that you guys would like to know? Is there anything that I can help you with? I hope that any empty nesters out there, you know, have the same issue. You know, what is it that you like to do? What is it that, you know, what is it that's on your mind? What do, you know, to make your transition easier for you? I hope that my message, I hope that me sharing things about myself and about my transitions and being a empty nester, single parent, being single, period. I hope that whatever I've said today helps someone out there. And hit that subscribe button. You know, I can tell you more good juicy stuff besides coffee therapy. And yeah, that's about it. That's all I wanted to share with you. You guys have a beautiful and blessed Sunday.